Hey everyone, welcome back to a brand new theory. It's Dale here, and today I'm going to be talking about the kaiju that could possibly appear in Godzilla vs. Kong. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment down below any theory suggestions you may have for me to cover on the channel and to look into. So let's get started. So the first kaiju is the skull crawler, and I have evidence to back this up because in Godzilla vs. Kong, the toy line, it has a skull crawler toy, meaning that it could appear in the film Godzilla vs. Kong in maybe a small fight with the humans or with Kong in maybe like a flashback from the first film. Next kaiju is the spore mantis, which I think will appear briefly like it did in Kong Skull Island, posing as a normal log before bursting out of his camouflage. But even if it's just briefly, it would be nice to see the living log return, just to confuse the humans, or just to see in the background, like maybe Kong's walking in like a long shot, or the humans walking in a long shot, and you can see a log and I think, hey, that's Spore Mantis. Just those little things would be cool. Next up is the skier buffalo, who again we saw briefly in Kong Skull Island, and it seems to be a gentle kaiju, so having it return for just a minor role would be nice, as it has a strong connection with Kong in my opinion, as Kong's willing to save the skier buffalo. So maybe seeing that connection like slightly in a flashback again would be cool. And I think most of you would agree, seeing skier buffalo would be cool. Moving on, we have Mother Longlegs, who is one of my personal favourites from Skull Island, as the concept is brilliant, and seeing it return for just a short scene would be brilliant, because it really made an entrance into Skull Island. Even though it was easy to take down, I would love to see it return to cause trouble in the gruesome and horrible way it did in Skull Island. Maybe it tries to prevent some monarch agents to set up camp or investigate something. I don't know, just throwing ideas out there. Next kaiju is the death jackal, who resembles the design of a velociraptor with a few mammal qualities, and seeing the kaiju debut in the Monsterverse would be epic, as its design looks brilliant and can grow up to 12 feet tall, and it hunts its own species. That's just weird. Just shows you how unpredictable it is, and it'd be great to see in the Monsterverse. Moving on, we have the siren jaw. Now, I really like this kaiju as it resembles a crocodile, and those are my favourite animals, so I'm going to be biased about my opinion here. And it hunts just like a crocodile and has some nature like a crocodile and grows up to 65 feet in length, and a kaiju could give a good fight to the humans. Maybe not Kong at his current size, but it could be a flashback, and with Kong's size in the previous film, it would be a great fight. Next up, we have the leaf wing, which we saw in Skull Island when they swarmed and killed one of those monarch crew, and was also shown during the pit scene. So seeing this little rascal of a kaiju return to cause mischief would be nice. Or it could pester Kong while he's doing something. Could be quite funny if executed properly. So I would enjoy seeing the leaf wing return in GVK. Now next we have a relative of the leaf wing, which is the psycho vulture, which is a bat-like predator which can grow up to 9 feet and have the power of psychopathy, which makes it irritating and would irritate any humans it came in contact with, and would be a nice addition to the Monsterverse. And just to clarify, I did try and fact check this, but when I was checking its power, I don't know if psychopathy is a word, but I know it has, I think it's psychic powers or whatever, but I just said psychopathy because whatever. Next kaiju is the Maya squid, who we saw being eaten and stood on by Kong in Skull Island, so seeing it have a brief return would be great, as it didn't have a chance to shine in Skull Island, and maybe seeing it in Godzilla vs. Kong in a flashback or in the background just doing something, showing off its powers and capabilities would be cool. Next up is the Magma Turtle. Now this kaiju being introduced into the monsterverse will probably be a minor role, maybe in a flashback or something, but if they included this amount of kaiju would increase in the monsterverse. Next we have the Swamp Locust, which is a kaiju which resembles the Congo's Goliath tigerfish, and it can grow up to 26 feet, and if they included it into the film, they could use it attacking a monarch boat with some workers on, or something along those lines. Next kaiju is Mothra, who we saw get destroyed by King Ghidorah in King of the Monsters, so people assume it's gone. However, Mothra's always lay an egg in case it dies, and we have in the post-credit scene of Godzilla King of the Monsters a mysterious egg, which is obviously Mothra's, so it could appear in Godzilla vs. Kong in maybe its larva stage, or it could appear in its butterfly stage from the time on it takes place. They could show off the connection between Godzilla and Mothra. That would be a great touch to the film. Maybe it has a battle with Kong to protect Godzilla at some point of the film. Would show just how much Mothra cares for Godzilla, even though we know exactly how much she cares due to her sacrifice in King of the Monsters. Next kaiju is Rodan, and I think Rodan will appear to help Godzilla as well, or just to be there to help Kong, one or the other, because Rodan appeared in King of the Monsters and was helping King Ghidorah after it was defeated by King Ghidorah, which makes sense. So I understand why Rodan teamed with Ghidorah at that point, because he lost, so he assumed he was the stronger kaiju. Anyways, seeing Rodan appear, maybe to help Godzilla because he's the King of the Monsters, or to help Kong overthrow Godzilla, would be cool. However, I think Rodan would probably help Godzilla, because in the past Godzilla films he helped against anything that posed a threat to Godzilla and was normally the good guy in those films, so that would probably be the case here. And I think Rodan will help against Kong or Mechagodzilla if my theory is correct, and if you haven't seen it, go check it out. I break down the trailer and give my theory on what will happen in the film. Next kaiju is Behemoth. Now I reckon Behemoth will play a background role like it did in King of the Monsters, or it could help battle Mechagodzilla if my theory is correct, like I just said. Next kaiju is Skilla, who we saw in King of the Monsters and could appear in the battle with Mechagodzilla. Maybe Godzilla roars to signal the kaiju to his distress. Moving on, we have the kaiju Methuselah, who most people mistook for Anguirus when it was revealed, but I can't lie, I did too. Anyways, I think it could appear as well like it did in King of the Monsters and could help fight Mechagodzilla. Speaking of Mechagodzilla, the next kaiju is Mechagodzilla, who I'm almost 100% sure will appear in GVK. And if you want more detail, check out my theory on the plot of Godzilla vs. Kong. I think Mechagodzilla will try and destroy all the kaiju, mainly Godzilla and Kong, leading to a huge battle of the kaiju to end the film and possibly the franchise. And the slogan of the film, One Will Fall, is trying to say either Kong or Godzilla will fall, but it could be referring to Mechagodzilla, and that it will be the one to fall. Next kaiju is the Muto, who we saw in both Godzilla and Godzilla vs. Kong. And we know one is alive, which is the one we saw in Godzilla King of the Monsters. I just realised my mistake. I said a Muto appeared in Godzilla vs. Kong, but it didn't, because that film's not come out yet. A Muto appeared in Godzilla 2014 and Godzilla King of the Monsters. Now let's retract where I was. And maybe it could go up against Godzilla like it did in 2014, or it could fight with Godzilla against Kong or Mechagodzilla, or both. Finally, I think Mechagodzilla could appear to help Mechagodzilla, as my theory suggests all the kaiju will fight Mechagodzilla, so it could need all the help it can get, and what better form than Mechagodora? A great furry, I might add, if I do say so myself. So seeing Mechagodora appear would be awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment if you enjoyed it, and any possible furries I could cover on the channel. And follow me on my socials, link in the description. Subscribe to my other channel, King P321. We're close to 100. Make it happen, guys. And until next time, peace out.